Hey everyone, it's Talia here. Welcome back to another video on my channel. Today I have for you some new stamping plates from Clear Jelly Stamper, and they are the Dandelion stamping plates. So there are 4 of them in this collection. They can be purchased as a collection or on their own. So number 155 is called Wish Upon a Flower. And this one I like because it has a lot of like the leaves from the dandelion. I really like this little rainbow on here. I think that this would be a great plate if you were looking to make like a dandelion and then have some of the leaves kind of blowing. Number 156 is called Just Breathe, probably my favorite one from the collection. I love this kind of bigger image at the top here, and I'm going to demo that down the road. And I also really like how the rest of the images on this plate kind of look like watercolor. They're not, when you stamp them, going to be absolutely perfect, and I love those type of images when Clear Jelly comes out with them. Number 157 is called In the Wind, and I like how this one has some of the bigger images on it, which are great for full-on accent nails, but I also love the leaves and the greenery on this. I think you can get a little bit more use with this plate for other designs as well. CJS number 158 is called Feel Free. And on this plate, you guys are going to see me demo this one too. I like how there's some really nice individual dandelion images on here. So you can stamp them with the leaves, you can stamp them kind of separately. There's a lot that you can do with this particular plate as well. For the design that I came up with, I wanted like a chartreuse green to be the true focal point to kind of tie in the greens that go with dandelion nails. So let me show you how I came up with this. We're going to take number 102, Enlightened Mint from Coco and Claire. I love this chartreuse green. They have another one as well that has a little bit of like a pearl sparkle accent to it, but this one is just like a flat green color, and that is exactly what I was going for. So I decided to go in and do 2 coats here, and with the first coat, you guys are going to notice that I got a little bit on my client's skin here. So whenever that happens, I like to take the CJS cleanup brush. This particular pink one here, I absolutely love. The bristles are super stiff, so it's really easy to kind of clean up any messes that you make. They have another cleanup brush as well, and I've kind of played around with that one too, but this one is my go-to because it just works so well. So when I am cleaning up a little mistake, I like to just kind of pump a little bit of my alcohol in my pump bottle here. Then I just dip my brush in and then swipe off whatever I need to and just go on with the rest of the painting. My 2 layers are cured. I'm going to go in with the Coco and Claire matte because I really wanted these nails to be matte. I'm also going to do the exact same thing on the thumbnail. That way, if my client was holding her hands up, the thumb and the pinky match, so it almost like encloses the design and makes it kind of complete. You guys know if you've watched my tutorials before that I love to make the thumb and pinkies match quite often. I wanted a little bit of sparkle with these nails. So number 33, Champagne Kisses, is a really nice rose gold champagne glitter type of color. And I just decided to put this all over the pointer finger. And I ended up having to do 2 coats. It was pretty opaque after the 2 coats, and I was happy with how it came out and how it'll kind of tie the rest of the tones together that you guys are going to see coming up here. Because it is a glitter nail here, I am going to top gloss it with the tack free top coat and not the matte in this particular design. Number 88, Sparkling Nude. I was so excited to use this color. As soon as I saw it from Coco and Claire, I thought it would just be such a pretty background. And I love how there is the slightest shimmer to this. This color applies so nicely. It went on in 1 coat, but I did decide to go and do a second coat. You guys know I just like to do that second coat to just fill in any marks or make it just look a little bit more opaque, but I honestly don't even know if you would have needed it with this particular one. It is just such a beautiful color, and I thought it'd be fantastic for the backgrounds of both the middle finger and the ring finger where I plan to do the green stamping on top. I did decide to go in a matte top gloss these ones, which kind of broke my heart a little bit because I thought it would take away from the beautiful shimmer that this neutral color had, but it actually turned out really good. And if I did want to make it shiny, I could have just, after I was done stamping, go back in and with the shiny top coat as well, but I did matte because I find it easier to stamp on. Speaking of stamping, these are the two plates that I decided on. I really wanted to use that big image on that particular plate, and on 158 I wanted to use these smaller flower images. These are the polishes that I decided to use for the yellow and green stamping as well. A larger image, I'm going to take number 87, which honestly, you guys, this is my favorite green stamping polish for any sort of floral nails. It just works so good. It's like the perfect shade. And when I'm stamping big images like this, I like to use my big Bling stamper and just push straight down whenever I am stamping because it works so well for these full image type of designs. I did decide to go in with the lighter yellow for this next step here, but I kind of regret this decision and almost wish I would have done the brighter yellow first and then gone in with the yellow one, but I think either way works for it. And I'm just doing the exact same thing, just stamping straight down whenever I do these full images. Number 8 is the bright yellow that I decided to go in with here, and you do have to work pretty quick when you're working with these stamping polishes because they dry super fast. But at the same time, you do want to make sure that you are lining things up properly. So sometimes you'll see me like kind of twisting the stamper just to make sure that I have it lined up. But I also, after I stamp on the nail here, I do let it rest for a little bit. That way it transfers really nice as well, especially if you've taken some time to kind of play around with it. Just leave it sitting on your nail for a little bit and it will transfer a lot better. Images on number 158 have an outline and then they have some centers. So sometimes you can stamp where you do the centers first and then the outline, but because there's a lot more parts to this one, I decided to go in with a color that just kind of matched the base just to give me a little bit of an outline of where I'm going to be stamping with the flowers and the leaves. I tend to do this if I'm not entirely sure where everything's going to line up, and it works really well. So in this particular design here, you're going to see that some of the little flower does not transfer. Instead of wiping everything off that I just did, I'm going to go in and re-stamp it, but just stamp that particular spot that didn't transfer, and then that way I don't have to go in and redo everything. This is kind of what I do if I can make it work to kind of fix things. Sometimes you just have to wipe it away and redo it, but a lot of times you can just kind of work with what you have and fix it as you go. Next, I'm just going to stamp the leaf in the outline that I did initially, and I'm going to take number 61, which is one of my favorite green stamping polishes as well, because it is a really nice dark shimmery green. I thought it would kind of tie the shimmer of this design together. So I'm just going to stamp the outline. I don't know if I love how the dark green outline stamped in this nail design. Many times I like to outline in black, but I thought the black would be a little bit too harsh, and then white I thought would just be too light for this design, which is why I decided on the shimmery green. And also, if you look at pictures of dandelions, there is the contrast of like 2 different shades of green, so I kind of thought that that would work, but I don't know. I'm not entirely sure if I love the dark green outline. Anyway, I decided to stamp another flower in the top right corner of this nail too, doing the exact same steps as before, where I did an outline in a light color, go in with the green, go in with the yellow, and then go in with the dark green outline. To seal in these designs, I'm just going to go in with the matte top coat again, but before I cure it, you can see obviously it looks a little bit shiny, and you definitely could have brought that kind of shimmery color back to life if you do it shiny, but for the sake of the video, I am leaving it matte because it photographs a lot better than shiny. That's basically it. You guys know I love me a good shiny nail design versus matte, so if I had my preference, that's what I would do, but for the sake of the video, we're gonna stick with matte. So on the pinky nails and the thumbnails that are this really nice green color, all I'm gonna do is add some Swarovski crystals that kind of match the rest of the flower design. So I'm gonna go in with this citrine color, which is a really nice bright yellow. I'm also gonna go in with this kind of darker green, which I thought would tie in that dark green color of the design as well. And then on the thumbnail, I'm gonna go in with light topaz, light Colorado topaz, I think is what the big one is, and then citrine, and then those dark green as well, just to kind of tie everything together, but also because I have a bigger palette on the thumb, which is why I can add a little bit more chunky crystals. But that is the entire nail design using the new Dandelion collection. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Comment below and let me know if you guys picked this one up or if you're planning to, because it released a few weeks ago and I definitely wanted to show you guys some ideas on how to use it. I think these plates are fantastic, especially for those dandelion floral lovers out there. There's a lot you can do with them. Make sure you're following me on all my social media, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!